standing on top of a tank, coming across, being like, "There's Rommel, go and get him." Like that war is never going to happen again. And we are just not ready to fight this new type of war under these new rules of war, which is fighting non-state actors, fighting proxy wars, fighting corporations funded by governments, fighting cartels that are getting subsidized by governments, all to destabilize the greatest nation to ever exist in the history of mankind, us.
You were saying that you think we're more vulnerable now than we've ever been before, and you're legitimately worried that the United States might fall.
I am more worried now because of the lack of preparedness of the individual. Americans are fatter than they've ever been. They are, even though there's more guns now owned, there are fewer per capita owned by individual, with people that train regularly with them, people that are able to provide and protect for their families. All the metrics of measurements of like, that family's going to be okay. That is the smallest that it's ever been. And our government right now is more vulnerable internationally than we've ever been. Our military is, even though I'm so proud to be a service member, when the Army tells me to do something, I 100% have no say whatsoever. I got to go and do it. And I'm really proud to be part of the most elite fighting force on the planet. I think we are the weakest that we've ever been for a variety of reasons. When you put all of these things together and you just take a step back and like the aggregate, like the accumulation of all of these different factors make me be like, holy crap, we are vulnerable. And the only way to combat that is the individual to start taking their own security and preparedness seriously. Get less fat, get more healthy, go and train, go and buy a gun, go start exercising your freedoms. Like learn what it means to volunteer in your school. So you have like, cool, you can't start your own school. Cool, you can't homeschool. Well, get involved in your kid's school. Like you got to do something, because if we continue down the path that we're in, we're done for. Like soon, not in like a generation, like right now. I'm scared. I'm gonna drink water.
Jesus Christ. Whew. There's a lot of people freaking out listening to this right now. But that's good.
There's a 20-year special forces dude that in the past 3 years has been in 4 gigantic international crises in 3 years. I've spent my entire adult life doing this. I run companies that train people to do this. Like the sole mission statement of the large company and every single subsidiary under them ultimately goes down to preparing people to provide for their families, to protect themselves, and to expand freedom. Like, I was just the wave top, my elevator pitch would be like, that's all we do. And I'm scared. But for us not to hit the Titanic, it only took a couple of degrees change, right? And for that Titanic not to hit that iceberg, it would have just been like early enough us turning it just slightly. I don't think we're past a point where that can still be changed, where we can still avoid what would be the catalyst of destruction for this nation. But the individual has to step up.
Well, the individual, but also we have to have changes in the approach that the government has.
Oh, yeah. Lobbyists have to go away. These gigantic PACs have to go away. We have to have age limits and term limits. Like, if these things don't happen, our republic is in a bad place. How cool would it be if we just had age and term limits within Congress?
It'd be pretty nice at this point.
That'd be pretty
I mean, when you see Mitch McConnell just fucking Windows 98 out.
I mean, Dianne Feinstein voted the day before she died.
Yeah.
Did you see her aide that was like hitting her, being like, hey, you're supposed to vote yay on this.
Right.
Hey, vote yay.
Yeah.
And she's like,
that should be illegal. How is it not?
How is it not?
Yeah. That's like she's not voting anymore. You're voting for her. You're dictating how she should vote.
Yeah, and
she's one of the most empowered people in the world.
That aide was making that decision off of the lobbyists that were telling her what to do.
Right.
all the special interests that were saying, okay, on these issues, this is how you're going to vote. And then that aide went and effectively voted for a congresswoman. Dude,
It's insane.
Yeah. I love this meme of George Washington with like the 4 tube nods. He's like, me and my homies would already be slaying right now. Yeah, it's true. They would.
Yeah. But people don't even recognize what a danger it is. It got so little outrage in the mainstream. So many people were just so ignorant to what was going on. It's almost like there's too much to pay attention to when things like this happen. People are so overwhelmed by. That's also the thing about the news cycle of today. You are being bombarded constantly with things to worry about. And then when there's nothing to worry about, then they hit you with climate change. When there's nothing to worry about, then they hit you with something else.
Yeah.
There's like a constant barrage of things to occupy your attention. And meanwhile, decisions are being made that slowly erode everything this country is supposed to be founded for.
Yeah. We are the greatest nation to exist in the history of mankind. And in the cycle of dynasties, of empires, we're at the right limit of the average one of those. And, Rome didn't die in a day.
Right.
It was a slow decay of the things that made them special. We're still the greatest ever. And it's not, and I will be positive and I will be hopeful that how do we fix this? Like, what do you think, Joe? Like, what are the things that an individual can do in a day? It seems so insurmountable, right? Like, oh, Tim, like I can't fix Congress. Like, I don't get to pick the next president. I'm only in charge of me. Okay, be in charge of you. What does that look like?
Right. We need a polar shift in the understanding of the importance of that. And I don't think you're getting that from many places. And I think really the only way you're getting that from is individuals like you speaking about it, people talking about it online, people that aren't captured by these massive institutions and corporations that do have a very specific narrative that they're discussing always and constantly. That you're not getting these kind of conversations. They don't exist in the mainstream news. They don't exist anywhere else other than independent media. And that's what's so strange. And it's one of the reasons why independent media has become so huge is because people are confused. It's like, why am I not being told what's really going on?